Hello makers, welcome to the first tutorial for 2026 and we're starting off with the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Valentines Curation. And today's tutorial is going to be using the Etcetera number 8 tags and the Etcetera large tiles. And I'm going to make a Valentine's treat box, so I'm inviting you to come along and let's get making. All right, so I'm going to start by taking my tiles and I am going to make a little box out of them. So the only one that I want to use the shape from is the heart. And then I'm just going to use two others for the sides. And then I'm going to keep that little extra piece, the punch out piece, because we're going to use it. So I am just kind of on the other two, I'm just pushing those little pieces out so that I can put a little bit of collage medium on the edges and then push them back in so that they just are a little more sturdy when I put paper on the outside of them. So you can see I'm using one house and one circle because that's what was in the, the whole little, I don't know, strip of etc. board. And then I'm taking that outside piece that I told you not to throw away. Oftentimes we throw that part away. And I'm just using my tonic trimmers. And as you can see with the red handles, these are the original Tim Holtz tonic trimmers. They're black now, but they will cut through the etc. Pieces for the most part. The big heavy piece it doesn't cut through, but little strips like this it will cut through. And so I am cutting that outside bit so that it is just as wide as the heart square. And I do believe that those are 2.5 inches each, 2.5 by 2.5. And so I just went through and I cut several pieces of that outer bit. These are going to be the bottom of my box so that my treat that I put in it doesn't just fall through. Now, if you wanted, you could probably just use another square if you wanted, but I decided to put that outside edge to use and then I would have more squares for later on. Now, I'm going to be attaching the squares or the tiles to each other. So I have one of the tiles. This is the circle one, and I put some glue on the edge of my heart piece. And then I just grabbed another tile just to kind of hold the spot so that the sides would be level. So I'm not gluing in those two that I'm holding with my hand. Those are just to make sure that I get this level so that my box is not kind of cattywampus once it is dry. So I just held it like that for a little while, make sure that I got my sides nice and dry and glued together. And then once it was secure, I took my pieces that I cut, and this I really there's probably you can probably watching me think, oh, you know what? There's really a better way to do this than the way that she did it. But this is how I did it. So I'm just going to show it to you. And then if you figure out a better way, great, you can let me know. So I just took my four little pieces and I put glue on each end and I stuck them in. And then you can see when I got one piece in, then another piece would fall out. So you could do them one at a time and hold them, let them dry, and then do another one, let it dry, do another one. Um, but I just fiddled and fiddled and fiddled with it until I got all four of them across the end and stuck in there, and then I'd let them dry all at the same time. So here you can see that I did finally get them all in there. I kind of squeezed it together and held it and let it dry. And I didn't make you watch all of that and all of my struggle, but that is basically the bottom of the box. All right, now I need to make some paper to cover the whole thing, the tag and everything else. So I have a piece of distressed white heavy stock that will fit over the tag. And I'm using the CMS 178 Seasonal Catalog 2 stamps, and I'm stamping it in Distress Archival ink Hickory Smoke. And so I'm just trying to get that catalog look onto the paper. And so you can see that I'm kind of moving it up so that I can get a little bit more of the catalog on the bottom. You actually aren't even going to see this. It's on the inside of the box, but um, I stamped it anyway. All right, so now I need to give it kind of an antique look. So I went in with some antique linen and I am just blending some of that antique linen all over the distressed white heavy stock. And then I am going around the outside with some walnut stain and doing a little bit of water spritzing, which doesn't do the exact same thing on the white heavy stock that it does on, say, a mixed media heavy stock or something like that, but it does still react a bit just because of the nature of the distress ink. That's how I aged this paper that's going on the number 8 tag, but I also aged the other pieces that I'm going to stamp right now. So I cut several pieces, 2.5 by 2.5, and I am stamping the Valentine mini blueprints on those, two of them. Those are going to go on the side tiles that make up my box. So I stamped the Cupid and I stamped the conversation heart out of the 4 Valentine stamps. And now I'm putting that catalog stamp back into place, and I am going to stamp pieces to cover the inside of all of the tiles as well as the front heart tile. And I'm going to cut the heart out so that we can see through it. Now I just put a piece of Sizzix, oh goodness, I forgot the name of that stuff. It's the sticky, tacky paper. You can use anything that's sticky or tacky, and I'll go ahead and link it. But I am stamping the catalog on those pieces, and I'm going to use those. I'm going to age all of these the same way that I aged that number 8 tag paper. And I'm just stamping different parts of that catalog onto these pieces that are going on the inside of the tiles and then on the front of the heart tile. And I made this piece that's going on the front of the heart tile a little bit wider because the 2 tiles on the side are on the sides of the heart tile, and so they added a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. So I needed to cut that piece a little bit longer so that it would cover all of the tiles. And then once I got it nice and dry, I went ahead and put that wider piece in place and I drew out the heart, and then I just used my scissors and I did a fussy cut on it. You can see that those pieces on the sides fit, and then I'm just checking to make sure everything fits on the inside of the box. So I also did the same thing for the inside piece with the heart, and I cut that out as well so that we can see through it and see the treats that I'm going to put in there. I thought that was a fun feature of this little box. So now I am using collage medium and my finger instead of a brush. You could use a brush, but I don't mind getting my fingers uh, messy with the collage medium. So I'm just putting some collage medium on those tiles, and I am covering those with the stamped pieces. And I was considering at this point just leaving the pieces antiqued and with the gray hickory smoke archival ink, and just kind of leaving it kind of neutral. And then later on, you'll see that I decide to go ahead and add a little color. So there you can see I'm adding that additional piece on the inside to mimic the front. And so that when you pull the treats out, if you look, you you can you see something that's decorated. You don't see the just the bare inside of those tiles. I didn't want that. So once I got all the paper in and I let that part dry, I sanded all of the edges so that you can see there aren't those pieces that are sticking up. I trimmed those and then I sanded them with one of the little sanding discs that fit on the blending tools from Tim Holtz and Ranger ink. Just sanded that down and inked it. And then to attach the paper to the tag, I again put some collage medium and I'm again using my finger. You would probably want to use a brush if you wanted to be a little neater than I am. I'm going and pressing that paper down onto the tag and making sure that I have contact, but that's not going to be good enough. It will peel up. So I'm using a bone folder to really press down all over, kind of burnish it down on there and make sure that it has good contact all over. You will see me bring in my craft cloth to wipe off any excess that squirts out when I am pressing it down like that. The excess will come out, that's okay. I want to be sure that it is nice and flat and I don't get any bubbles or anything like that when I get that paper um, in contact with the tag. And you can see I've trimmed the excess, and then I will also sand that and re-ink it. I will ink the box. And as you can see in the corner, I have a little heart as well. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So here I have the treat box. I attached it at the end of the last making session. Just put some collage medium on each of the sides and then pressed it down onto the tag and let it dry overnight. And here is that little heart. So that's the punch out. And then I also made a bag of treats. Now these are fake treats. They're not really candy, but I took a 4 by 7 inch flat bag and you can see that I gusseted it. So I just um, opened it up and then I used glue dots to kind of fold those corners over so that it would fit nice and square into that little box there. And then I filled it with fake hearts since I don't want to send chocolate all across the United States in a truck, for a few months. Now you can see I'm showing you that I sanded all the edges with the sanding disc and made sure it was nice and smooth, and then I inked all over it. And then I have some ribbon that I'm going to be tying around the bag to close it. So this is some old Tim Holtz Christmas ribbon that I had in my stash. Just use whatever you want that you have. I thought this worked well with the Hickory Smoke Gray. So that's how I will tie that. And then I want to tie the punch out heart from the tile in the center that I punched out. I am going to make that into a little tag. So I am punching a hole through it with my crocodile, and you can see that the crocodile punches right through that thick board, the Etcetera board. And then I'm taking one of the large crocodile eyelets, and I chose kind of the antique brass one. I'm putting it through the hole, and then I'm going to use that end part that has the, I don't know, it's the eyelet squeezer end, and gonna go ahead and press that. So now I have a little tag out of that heart punch out from the large heart tile. And I'm just going to tie it onto the bag with the ribbon that I tied on earlier. And then I'll have a cute little Valentine tag to go on there. Now, I didn't show that I decided after I had stamped everything to go back and stamp the 14 from the blueprints. And then that's what I attached to that heart cutout. And so then I decided to go ahead and add some color. So this is where I went through and I stamped that's the COM002 love stamp, and then two of the stamps from the number 100 odds and ends ticket stamps. And then I just colored them with some distress ink in Tattered Rose and Candied Apple. And then I put that one on the back instead of using my normal stamp so that Ted and the gang would know who made this. So at that point, I was pretty much done. I just added a little clip at the top to hold all those things in place. You can see that I colored the Cupid with Candied Apple. I colored the 14 and I colored the Love Conversation Heart with the red. There is my little made by. There is my bag of fake candy, and you can see how the inside is covered so that it's not too unsightly. You can still see the little brackets at the bottom, which I think were cute, and I didn't want to cover those. And then just to add a little bit of Valentine fun and a little bit of color to this, just stuck part of that components, the love components stamp. I cut off the right side of it, and then two of the stamps from the odds and ends number 100 stamp set, also colored with candied apple and tattered rose. And then I didn't feel like I really wanted to have them on there permanently, so that's where I just kind of stuck them on there with an ideology clip. So you just kind of stick it over the top of the tag, and that adds a little bit of color in the back. And then here is my fake bag of candy. You, of course, would put in a real bag of candy, but this will last. And there are my little gussets made by folding over those sides of the bag. And that number 14 tag that turned out just perfectly. And then it fits right into my treat box, and such a fun little treat. Cute little treat made out of etc. pieces to give to a friend or family member. Well, makers, I want to thank you so much for following along on this first tutorial of 2026. I hope to have plenty more for you throughout this year. But as a special thank you to me for being loyal watchers and following all the way through this video, if you leave in a comment below for me, tell me what candy would you put in today's treat box to give to a friend or family member? And in doing so, what I would love to do is to choose a name from those of you who tell me what treat you would put in this box. And I will choose one of you to give one of the stamp sets that I used to make today's project. Now, don't wait too long to choose your candy. You have 48 hours, so I will be choosing a name on Monday at 12 noon Pacific time, and I will post to your reply here, and I will also post the name on my Instagram. So be sure you're following me here and on my Instagram. And I think that's it. So with that, as always, all of the items that I used for today's project are linked in the description, as well as on my blog at playswellwithpaper.blogspot.com. You can always find my affiliate links there as well. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. I enjoyed making it. And with that, I want to wish you a very creative day.